The elements of music. Melody. A melody is a series of musical notes played or sung one after the other, creating a tune that is easy to recognize and remember. It's the part of music that you hum or sing along to, like the main theme of a song. Melody concepts. 1. Repeated notes. A melody with repeated notes can serve various musical purposes, such as building tension, reinforcing a theme, or making a melody more memorable. The repetition of notes can occur at different points within a melody, either consecutively or spread out. 2. Phrase. A melody phrase is a short musical idea within a melody that feels like a complete thought, much like a sentence in language. It usually has a clear beginning and end, and it often leaves the listener expecting a continuation or resolution. 3. Melodic shape. Melodic shape, or contour, refers to the overall direction and movement of notes in a melody, whether the melody ascends, moves up in pitch, descends, moves down in pitch, or stays relatively stable. The shape is an important part of what makes a melody feel expressive, engaging, and easy to follow. Consecutive repeated notes, Ode to Joy, Beethoven. In this case, the same note is played or sung multiple times in a row, often with varying rhythms. This creates emphasis or adds weight to that part of the melody. Example: in Beethoven's famous Ode to Joy, you hear repeated notes in the phrase E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E. Repetition with rhythmic variation, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Sometimes, repeated notes are used, but their duration or rhythm changes. For example, the same note might be held longer in one part of the melody and shorter in another. Example: in the nursery rhyme Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, the melody uses repeated notes C, C, G, G, A, A, G. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is an English lullaby. The lyrics are from an early 19th century English poem written by Jane Taylor, The Star. It is now sung to the tune of a French melody. Repeated notes as a motif. In Mozart's
Eine kleine Nachtmusik.
A motif is a short, recurring musical idea. Repeated notes can be part of a motif that defines the character of the piece or song. These notes might repeat several times throughout the melody, sometimes in different parts of the piece. Example: in Mozart's Eine kleine Nachtmusik, there are repeated note motifs that contribute to the lively, rhythmic feel of the melody. Emotional and dramatic impact in Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. Repeated notes can also be used to create a sense of urgency, drama, or excitement. By repeating a note, the composer or songwriter builds intensity before leading into a new section of the melody. Example: in Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, the bass line has repeated notes that drive the tension and groove of the song. Repeated notes for emphasis. Adele's Someone Like You. In many pop and folk songs, repeating notes in a melody can emphasize certain parts of the lyrics or message. This technique helps anchor the listener's attention to specific words or themes. Example: in Adele's Someone Like You, the repeated notes in the vocal line, Never mind, I'll find, create emotional emphasis and make the melody instantly recognizable. Call and response repeated notes, folk songs or chants. Sometimes, a melody with repeated notes can be part of a call and response structure, where one phrase, the call, ends with a repeated note, and another phrase, the response, follows with different notes. Example: in traditional folk songs or chants, repeated notes in the call often help establish the song's rhythm and make it easier for others to join in. Call and response repeated notes. This is common in African, gospel, and blues traditions. Oh Happy Day. In call and response music, repeated notes in the call section might be mirrored or answered by a contrasting phrase. This is common in African, gospel, and blues traditions where repeated notes help establish the structure of the response. Example: in gospel songs like "Oh, Happy Day," the call is often a single repeated note, with the congregation or choir responding with a melodic answer, creating a back-and-forth dynamic. Example activity: try creating a melody on an instrument or using a music notation app. The first step is to decide on the key and scale for your melody. Most songs are in a major or minor key. Before you decide on the notes, choose a rhythm. The rhythm is the pattern of note lengths, quarter notes, half notes, etc., that you'll use. Try creating a melody on an instrument or using a music notation app where every fourth note is a repeat of the previous note. Repeated notes are a key element in creating rhythm, unity, and balance in various genres. When composing or learning a melody, using repeated notes can make the tune easier to remember and sing along to. Repeated notes are a key feature in many popular songs and classical pieces. Share your melody. Tools to help: notation software. Programs like MuseScore or Noteflight can help you write and visualize your melody. Instruments: try out your melody on a piano, keyboard, or guitar to hear how it sounds. Voice: sing your melody to check how natural and singable it feels. By following these steps and refining your ideas, you'll have a melody that is creative, structured, and enjoyable to play or sing. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more content.